All right, welcome to Friday, Optimus. Music feels a little loud to me. What's up, Tiny? Good to see you. Okay, so I wanted to bring to everyone's attention that Elite Trader Funding is running a pretty crazy deal right now. Number one, they're giving 65% off every plan for life, so that's pretty badass. Number two, they have a buy one get one free option right now, where if you make a purchase, um, you get your 65% off. And if you make two of the same evaluations, let's say you buy two 50Ks or something like that, you get your second 50K for free for 1 month, and then it goes to 65% off after that too. So they have to be identical evaluation styles, but it's a crazy deal that they're running right now. And I believe they're running it for a couple of days. I think they said they're running it till the 17th. So it's kind of um, I don't know how long it's going to run for, but it is 65% off for life right now. Um, I think I might actually, since I you guys saw me fail here on my evaluations a couple of days ago, I might actually cancel my 100K and then rebuy my 100K static account at the cheaper rate, because it would save me some money every month. So I might actually do that today, as well. Yeah, no worries. I totally understand. Yeah, it's I think it's by far one of the like best deals. This actually is the best deal I've ever seen them offer. In the year or so that I've been using these guys. So I'll drop the link in here. Um, it's already in the description as well, but I'm just gonna drop it anyway in the chat. And then we can jump into trading. But I think I might actually pick that up in the middle of the stream. I'm not sure. So here's the link to that, guys. You're definitely gonna want to take advantage of that if you're looking to earn funding in the futures market. As far as their plans go, they also added a new plan as well. It's called Diamond Hands. This new plan here, this Diamond Hands evaluation, this allows you to hold trades overnight. It also allows you to more or less take swing trade positions. Is the idea behind it? It's a 100K account with that allows you two contracts in the mini or 20 micros with a $5,000 profit target. And you still get the 65% off on this one for life too, up until you earn your funding. But this one here is kind of is a fascinating account. I've never seen an evaluation like this at a prop firm. So what this allows you to do is it more or less allows you to take a larger position, I guess you would say. I mean, I guess it's only two contracts, but it allows you a really large loss limit. It's got a daily loss limit of 1,500 and a max drawdown of 3,500, with a profit target of 5,000. And so the concept here is like, this is where you would want to get in those trades and then hold those trades for like, a couple hours or like an overnight. Like if you see a longer term pattern playing out, that's what this account would be good for. I've never seen an evaluation like this before, ever, in my 3 years of looking at prop firms and things like that. When I finally decided to make a buying decision on a prop firm and I chose Elite Trader Funding, it really was because like in the past there just wasn't a lot of prop firms to choose from. There basically was like 3 or 4. It was really hard to find ones that were like futures prop firms. There's only a couple of them out there, and they had very minimal offerings. Elite Trader Funding keeps coming out with more and more stuff, and I think it's just a representation of them growing as a company. I think it's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so the 10K account, what would that go down to? That would go down to $28. for the 10K account. And that'd be 28 bucks for lifetime all the way up until you earn your funding. So it's a pretty good way to save. Market's kind of ripping today, making highs. It is Friday, so I don't know if I would say making highs. Like clearly we're like way down here. But we are testing this upper band of the VWAP. Looks to be a reasonable amount of volume today. Getting a red to yellow move right there. Take a short right here. I'm also going to reduce this. I'm going to be focusing on scalping mainly today. Reduce this down to 2. So yeah, I might actually pick up one myself. I'm probably going to pick up the 100K. I'll probably cancel out my old 100K since I already failed it anyway. That way I can get basically just a cheaper rate on it. So I'll get the charts back up in a second. Just doing something. So we're kind of pulling back some. 2.8 or 1.28 to 1.6. Do a short right there. Just focusing on like 2 ticks right now. We're up 225 on the day. I'm gonna join the bid here for a little bounce off the 35. Up 300 on the day. So up 300 on the day. Only made a couple of trades. But again, crazy deals right now on Elite Trader Funding. We're probably going to be mentioning that quite a few times today, just because I want everybody to have the opportunity to be able to take advantage of those crazy deals that they're doing right now. I'm short here. Just looking for 2 ticks down. Got that. Just I want everybody to be able to take advantage of those crazy deals that they're running right now. It's 65% off for life, yes, but they also have a buy one get one free if you buy identical plans, meaning if you buy 2 50Ks, you'll get the second 50K for free for 1 month, and then after that it goes to the 65% off. So again, crazy deals there. This may bounce here at the 50. 2.6. It is kind of bouncing a little bit at the 50. There's a lot of selling pressure coming in. I'm more inclined to short this, but I've seen it bounce way too many times in my life at the 50. I'm gonna just wait. See how it plays out. It's kind of right on the line, so I'm just gonna wait and see how it plays out. Up 375 today off of 5 trades. Taking less risk at this particular point in time. Had a really tough week, so I know that if you notice, I reduced my contract size I'm taking less, like, shorter trades. I'm taking more like 2-tick scalps kind of thing, real minimal. But yeah, right now 65% off for life. You get they have the buy one get one free going on right now if you buy 2 identical plans. Looks like the bounce is happening. And then they also have that new plan, the Diamond Hands plan, which is focused more on like longer term strategies. Nope. Bounce did not happen. Now we're falling back down. Maybe it will. 3.25 to 3.4. Some flattening on the TTM. VWAP is all the way up here, so I think that we're actually going to drop. I'm going to cut this. It's kind of a larger loss. Eventually, it will likely cut. Holy crap. That was so long. I tried to cut that when it was like still at 37.50 and green. I'm surprised the VWAP moved its way up so much. Very tight band on the VWAP actually, if I look at it. 63 on the bottom and 100 on the top. So about a $40 difference. Very narrow moves on the day right now. I'm going to attempt another long here. If it'll fill me. What? Okay. TOS is being weird. You can see that market order bouncing around there. Market order should not do that. Should just fill. What the hell? Did you guys see? You guys saw that, right? That market order bounced around there for like a good 30 seconds. That's crazy. It shouldn't be happening. But we are getting a nice bounce up here towards the 50. Come on, you. One second, y'all. I'm going to mute out for just a moment. All right, we are still continuing to get that bounce there. 4.4 to 4.5 to 5.0 on the TTM. Got some pullback to, it's like 86, may act as support, but I honestly think that we may end up getting a pullback towards the VWAP. Are you guys seeing this? Like running through my orders. Like ran through my limit order. Didn't fill it. Man. I don't think there's gonna be much opportunity to be profitable when it's not filling orders like that. You guys saw that? Now I'm stuck in a losing trade that was a winner, that ran through it twice, and that's just not right. What is up with TOS lately? The servers are really slow. Yeah, I actually, Pawn, I had a really bad, basically Wednesday and Thursday. I did awful, like probably one of the worst trading days I've had in years. Um, and I even worked pretty diligently to keep my risk pretty small. Um, it's just like I was getting caught in volatility. It was really kind of nuts. Um, But, yeah, I don't know, man. I just, I got wrecked over those 2 days, which is really unfortunate because I was, like, $800 away from earning my 100K account. Um, so it really was just kind of pretty frustrating, honestly. Um, so you guys know, if y'all are just tuning in, Elite Trader Funding is offering some pretty crazy deals right now, um, that y'all can check out. Right now, they're offering 65% off for life on everything. And if you buy more than one of the same plan, meaning if you buy like 250Ks or 275Ks or three, whatever, they have a buy one, get one free right now. And that buy one, get one free is basically you pay for the first month of one. The second one, you get the second month. You get the second one, the second account, you get the first month free, and then after that it goes to 65% off for life for each of them. So pretty crazy deals. Plus they have this new really crazy plan that I've never seen before, called Diamond Hands Valuation. This allows you to hold trades overnight and over weekends. This is for like if you're doing longer form setups. If you're looking at longer term patterns, like if you're trading like the 50-200 crossover or something like that, this one would be really great for that. And you get the 65% off on this one too. So pretty awesome stuff in terms of opportunities available for that, for trading in a prop firm in the evaluation. Da-da-da. I don't know what's going on with my Thinkorswim. Like my Thinkorswim is crazy slow. Like we're down 300, but we took a short in here and it just ran through my order twice. Like two times it ran through it, ran past it, never filled it, and then it was, you know, would have been a profitable trade had it worked, had the system worked. But it's like it skips my orders several times, and I don't know why it started doing that. It has never done that all these years that I've been using this. um Joining the bid here, moving along. We got this nice red to yellow looking, from 6.0 to 5.9. It's pretty minimal, but we are putting in two yellows at the moment. It's pretty minimal, but I'm looking for more or less for this to bounce and test like this 50 EMA. In fact, I might move my sell order up to 88.50. It's looking a lot more like short now. I should have measured that TTM better. That one's on me. I'm gonna cut that. Take that loss. Hey, at least let me out. We're dropping below the view up now. Getting a pretty heavy drop down. Got a standing short order there at 82.50. We got short at 82.50. And I'm looking for a move down towards 80. Okay, so I want you guys to look at this. You can see right there, it dropped 5 ticks below my trade point, or below my sell, before it actually filled. 5 full ticks. That is crazy. That is so much lag. Like, that is intense. I don't know if it's their switch over to Schwab or something like that that's happening. Maybe they don't have all the servers necessary, but whatever the case is, if this was in my live account, I would be very upset right now. Because it could easily turn a winning trade into a losing trade. And it already did while, on the stream right here. 6.7 to 7.4 on the TTM 1 minute. I'm going to take a look at the 3-minute chart just to get a little bit longer term view on all this. Pulling all the way back to the 200 moving average and a little below it. Wow, it's a lot of sell-off there. We have movement availability all the way down to 65. I'm gonna throw in some price levels here. So I'm there at 75. I guess that's really the only one. I'm sure there's more like 70 and stuff like that, but I'm gonna try to go short off of 80. I don't know if it'll come back up that high. Doesn't look like it's gonna. Just gonna cut that. Switching to the 5-minute chart and just take a look at what's going on here. So on the 5-minute side, we're pulling back to about the 50 EMA, which is right there at 80. 7.7 to 5.4. I don't know if there's the opportunity to bounce there on that 50 on the 5-minute chart. I think that if I was going to be looking at getting long, I would be looking for a yellow candle, but I would be looking for one that's a more substantial than this one was, because this was like 6.0 to 6.0. It was basically flat on that. So on this current one, it is 8.2 to 7.9. So it does have a little bit of momentum. Watch out for resistance at the volume weighted average price though. Popping up from 80 to 83. 35 is still below the 26, so we may still have some resistance here. We do have a possible crossover inbound of the 1226. Nice bounce off of 80 up to 84. 7.7 to 7.2 in the TTM. I'm going to look for a... I'm not getting an entry there off of 80. Or 83, I mean. Okay, entry off of 83. Long. And I'm looking for a move up to 84. Pretty decent sized pullback. I was worried about this, and that's why I was talking about watch out for resistance at the view app. And the TTM is kind of losing a lot of its momentum that it had, because we were from 7.7 to 7.2, which was the reason why I took that trade. 7.7 to 7.7 to 7.2 again. That was really one of the main reasons why I took that trade. Pulling back up to break even. I'm looking for a move just up to 84. Our entry was 82.75. 7.0 to, or 7.7 to 7.0, now 6.8. Getting some good momentum stack there. A little good, pretty good, decent price action. Rejecting again on the VWAP. Buyers slightly in control of this candle. There's 3 seconds left. 7.7 to 7.0 to 6.3. Getting a hammer candle forming there. Little tiny little flag here, as you can see, kind of that triangle shape. 7.0 to 6.6. I'm going to reduce this sell order down to 83.50, which is just below the VWAP. I think there's a pretty good chance that we rip up through this, but because you've seen the VWAP active as resistance 4 times here, I don't know that I completely trust this move. It is stacking in the TTM towards the upside, which does look good. All right, we got that trade. Currently down 450 on the day. About 200 of that or so was from lag orders. We do have a few people hanging out today. Also, guys, we broke through our 300 subscriber goal. We're at 304 on the day, by the way. So I want to thank all 304 of you guys. I really, really do truly appreciate you. You guys have really helped this channel grow pretty substantially, and I very much love and appreciate you guys showing up here each and every day at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time to trade futures with us and to talk strategy and all that type of fun stuff. In our Discord community, guys, we do have an awesome Discord community. Inside of our Discord community, we talk about everything from trading to entrepreneurship to philosophy and a bunch of other awesome stuff. So if you guys would like to join an amazing community that uplifts you and doesn't try and be like diamond hands and nothing against those guys, but doesn't try and like tell you to influence you in one way or another on who you should be or how you should trade or any of those types of things, but instead just offers guidance, go ahead and join our Discord community. It's just joelstraight.com/Discord, and there's also a link in the description as well. But yeah, pretty much just focus there on like just trying to help people grow and help people succeed any way that we possibly can. And that includes outside of the trading as well. Because honestly, it doesn't matter how much money we make. If we're not happy, then we're not happy. And so that's why that stuff matters. How did Big Sean put it? He says, I've been working on myself, and that's the most important work, even if you don't get paid for it. Nice big pop here. I'm going to go for like a 12 tick. Probably needed to be in that already. See if I can get an entry off of 86.50. Entered there at 86.50. I'm looking for a move up through. So I'm looking for this cyan switch, basically. I've been working on myself, and that's the most important work, even if you don't get paid for it. Call up the greatest, call up my favorites. Thank you, God. Look at all we created. Now we headed to the tallest skyscrapers. Very nice trend reversal here. Bouncing off that volume weighted average price. Trying to get out here at 89.50. take profit right there. That puts us back green on the day. Not bad. Not a bad comeback. A new song, perhaps? It's not that new. It's from Big Sean's Dark Sky Paradise. I think it's from like 2015 or 2016. But it's by far one of my favorite albums. Now, my favorite album from Big Sean is I Decided, which is the one that came right after. But Dark Sky Paradise is really dang good too. Um, like especially like I really like the first track on that album. It's called Skyscrapers, and it just makes me think a lot of my own life and my own perspectives on life and reality. Um, and that's one of the reasons why I love that album. I love that album, and I really love I Decided, which the album came right after, which is all about really like his decision to make his life how he wants to be. Because that that's really how much a lot of life is like it's based just off the decisions that we make, and not just off the decisions that we make, but like making an active conscious choice to make that decision about our reality changes our reality in ways that are that can be astronomical. We got the 9 above the 12 here. We're coming up for a crossover of the 1226. Whoops. Now I know the sizing's off. Getting a cyan switch right there. Pulling back to about the 9. Gonna look for an entry right here off of like 87. Got an entry at 86.75. I'm looking to get out. I'm gonna put this at 88.75 as the exit point. There's a possibility this may reject with that big pullback right there. Because that is it rejecting that crossover. Now it's not completely rejected yet because the 9 is still above that 12, and so the 1226 are still touching. They haven't. They still have an opportunity to cross over, and we still have this cyan switch here, which is coming with momentum of 1.0, which is a pretty strong momentum on the ES. And every instrument has a little bit different measurement for it, but 1.0 for the ES is pretty good. Looks like we're about to get that crossover. We do have resistance right there at the EMA 35, which is also coincidentally at the 50 as well. So we have double resistance points on the exponential moving averages there. I think that we're going to be okay. We do have some stacking on the TTM still from 0.4 to 1.4 to 2.1. So that's a movement of 0.7. This is looking very nice. Ooh, came up and like tapped our sell order. No, it didn't. It was right below it. By 1 tick. Wow, 1 tick below. This trade still looks decent. A lot of volatility in it though. As you can see, this tapped 88.50 on the high and 85.50 on the low. So this is a 12 tick volatile trade. That's a lot of volatility in one candle. Nine is still above 12. Crossover still happened. Definitely a lot of sellers pushing that down though and preventing this full-on breakout. 1.4 to 1.7 to 2.5, 2.3. A lot of volatility in this right now. more volatility than I would expect. We're kind of right in the middle of this at 86.75. I might take it off here at around 88. I think it'll go up and hit our intended sell order, but I decided to take it off because of the volatility. This looks closer to a breakout now. So we're up to 62.50 on the day. I believe our high of the day was 300. I think we're gonna ride along this 35 here and then just bounce. So we have movement available up to 4,100. Yep, pulling up to 90. .6 to 4.6, pulling up to 92. I'm gonna watch out for resistance right here at 95. Because if we see that we've had some rejections along 95, and you can also see too that we're getting a lot of sell order, like these larger up wicks. We do have this crossover. We've got everything is pointing to upward move. In the short term. Longer term here, I'm gonna switch over to like a 3-minute chart. Okay, so on the 3-minute chart here, we've got a red to yellow forming, 3.5 to 2.9. We'll have a new candle at 8:12, which is in about 3 minutes. So it's really going to be, we're probably going to need about 5 minutes or so to know that this is going to continue to trend upward without as much risk of a potential fault. Like, I don't want to say a false break because it definitely did break out, but without the potential of this falling back down, or at least less potential. Obviously, there's always potential of it falling down, but less potential. Switching to a 5-minute chart, which has a possible crossover of the 5,200. Now, this is actually really important right here, because you can see that on this 5-minute chart, up here at the top, when we were at 4170, we got this crossover of the 5,200, which pushed us downward all the way down to 4060. So this lost about 110 points. And this crossover move on the 5-minute chart is incredibly powerful and insanely accurate. And so you can see right there where it crossed over, pulled back pretty heavily. I'm going to remove some of these old drawings. Anything over 2 days. It's a little easier to look at. But you're going to see that we have a possible crossover of the 5,200 on the upside. And you can see the 50 is there at 40.81. And the 200 here is right at VWAP at 40.83. So looking very close. Looking nice and strong. I'm going to take an entry off of 93. Looking to go long. Trying to get out at 96. We've got 4.0 to 4.9 on the TTM5. I'm gonna switch over to the 3-minute chart. We're not quite at 8:12 yet. Still have about 40 seconds, 20 seconds for that. There's a lot of volume here for a Friday. Over the last 3 minutes, significantly more buyer volume than seller. We also look to be getting, so on the 3-minute chart, the 9 is above the 12. That's that yellow above the cyan. And we're getting a 1226 crossover. We also did on the 3-minute, got 2.6 to 2.0 on the TTM3. So this is looking pretty good for an upward move. But again, resistance there at 95. We did come up and tap 94.50. Let's switch over to the 1-minute chart. I want to see how this is stacking up here. So the shorter time frame, we're getting a pullback. We may actually continue to get a pullback for about, my guess is like 1 to 3 minutes. We did get a 1-minute pullback there, which dropped us from 94, said 93.50 down to 91. And we're going from 6.5 to 6.0 on the TTM. Pretty hefty pullback on this. I'm going to reduce this sell order down to 94.50. We're in at 93. This looks like a pretty hefty pullback. I took this trade off the longer time frame, and I kind of wish I did not. I always need to remember to not enter trades on longer time frame. Heavy pullback there. I'm gonna have to cut that. I need to remember to not take trades off longer time frames because I'm really bad at the entry levels on them. This eventually will hopefully let me out, but right now it's just not. As you can see, it's just bouncing around. I hit this probably $150, $200 ago. I don't know. I hit it when it was at 750 on the P&L of the current trade, not on the P&L of the day. So that put us down 900. Yeah, I see that, Pawn. Like I see that there is like some head and shoulders there a bit. Like if I pull this back, I can see what you were mentioning where you were saying like more or less this being the head, like shoulder 1, head, and then shoulder 2. But the reason why I continued to go long on it really had a lot to do with what was happening on the TTM, the crossovers on all of the time frames. Wow, so I cut that after that pulled all the way back to the VWAP. Now I thought that this was going to be like a 2-minute pullback, but the thing of it is that it pulled back like a lot of, like this pulled back almost $10. So that type of volatility could really, really mess up an account. So being as that's the case, that was why I ended up cutting it, even though it pulled back up pretty much all the way up to our entry. It's kind of frustrating, but you know, that's trading. This 3 minute still has this possible crossover, and it did put in a red candle on the TTM. So 2.6 to 2.6 to 2.6. So I can't trust this for a longer term breakout right now because of this sort of fluctuation between these yellows and reds. I need to see it going solidly in the yellow and towards the cyan direction, just like here. in order to really trust that breakout again. Because as it stands, we're kind of in between places right now. It doesn't know whether or not it wants to break out or crash down. Now, the 5-minute chart, though, the 5-minute chart, this one was showing a possible crossover, the 5200, and the 50's at 82, and the 200 is just beginning to dip below the VWAP at 8360. So this does look pretty inevitable. And that crossover there, if this were to happen, likely would give us a similar move to what we had here, just in the upward direction. So this is, like I say, this is one of the most accurate. I'm going to switch into a 5-day chart. This is one of the most accurate crossovers that there is. So if I zoom in on this section here, you can see that this 50 crossed below the 200 and basically got, even though there's a lot of spiking, basically continued to fail until that crossover happened again, where the 50 EMA crossed above the 200 simple moving average. I make sure to define that the 50 is exponential and the 200 is simple, so that in case you guys want to use this on your own charts, you're more than welcome to, and you know how. And then the same with this one here. You can see that whole range right there, that crossover. This particular strategy is one that I've used with algorithmic trading, when I've used trading bots in the past for cryptocurrency, and it's been very effective. That was actually where I got this strategy from. Was from an institutional trader in the cryptocurrency niche, who was trading $100 million account. Not all his money. He was trading investor money. And this was one thing that he had mentioned to me that was something that he looked out for, was this 5200 crossover. And he did quite well with it. $4.1 to 4.4 on the TTM 5-minute chart. I kind of wish I didn't cut that trade, especially because it ended up pulling all the way back up. But the intention is to cut your losses, before they grow out of control, basically. Hitting resistance there at 94.50, 95 or so. By the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. We did break 300 subscribers today. So we actually went up to 304 last I checked. And I just want all 304 of you to know how much I love and appreciate you. 305 now. 305. Thank you. 305. We appreciate all 305 of you guys. Imagine 305 of us in one room. Like, that'd be a pretty packed room. And each and every one of these people would be amazing to meet in person. I would love to meet all of you. If I ever get the opportunity, I will happily say, what up, shake your hand, give you a hug. That's the kind of guy I am. So, but yeah, guys, our community, our family, really, our Optimistic Futures family is growing. And we do have an awesome Discord community. Right now, only about 10% of y'all join our Discord community. So we'd love to have more of you. Let's get that conversation going. Get that conversation even better each and every day. I try and be in there as much as I can, but I only have so much time. I have a wife and I have a kid, and I also help elderly family members on a pretty consistent basis. So so a lot of my time is dedicated to that, because it's always about family first, honor, and integrity. All those things come first before everything for me. And so, being as that's the case, I mean, sometimes it is what it is. But yeah, y'all. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and join in the Discord community. This is joelstraight.com/Discord. Also a link in the description. And now it seems like a pretty good time to bring up that Elite Trader Funding is offering 65% off if you use the promo code JSBEST. The link in the description and the promo code JSBEST. It will knock 65% off of each one of the plans that you see here, and that discount is for life. Okay, so that is a lifetime discount here on any of these plans. They're also currently running a buy one get one free right now. It's a crazy deal. If you buy two of the same plan, has to be the same plan. If you buy two of the same plan, then you'll get the first plan at 65% off. The second one, you'll get 1 month free. And then after that, it will go to 65% off for life for both of them. So to give you an example of what that looks like, the 50K account here at 165 goes down to $57.75. And if you were to have two of those, you're at $115.50. So you're saving $50 off of this price here for two accounts, not one, but two. And the reason why you'd want to have two accounts, I personally trade with two accounts. The reason why you'd want to have two is because if for whatever reason you fail one evaluation, you have another one to fall back on. The other reason is that if you pass both evaluations, now you have the opportunity to withdraw twice per month, and you can withdraw your earnings out of each account. So it's really, really cool. Just make sure that you click the See More Details link next to every plan type so that you can understand exactly what's involved in order to earn funding in the futures market using Elite Trader Funding. I love how easily explained everything is. It's just very, very simple, very, very clear explanations of everything on how these work. They also have a brand new plan as well, which is called Diamond Hands Evaluation. And this one here basically is if you're into doing those longer term setups, kind of like what we spoke about when in regards to the 50-200 crossover, then you can utilize that, and you can actually you can trade using those types of setups and hold for longer periods of time. You can see that resistance there at 95 playing out very, very consistently. Coming up on 8:30, which is my estimated time. So just about, what, 6 minutes or so, which is my estimated time for this 5200 crossover. Let me look for an entry off of 91. Maybe 91.50. I don't know if it'll go down that low. But I was kind of expecting like a pullback in the interim. It might not do it. Let's switch over to the 1 minute chart and see how this is playing out. Got pretty close to actually touched my buy order. Didn't fill it, but touched it. Guess 92 would have been a better order. It's pretty spot on the price there, though. There we go. Long off 92. We need to get out at 93.50. Whoa. Yo, this says we have 156 viewers right now. 158? Whoa. Is that real? Like, is that real? Like, we have that many viewers right now? Like, yo, guys, like it, subscribe, number one. But number two, like, if that's real, like, Say what up in the comments. Like, just say hi. You don't even need to do anything. Just say what up. It says we got 177 viewers right now. Dude, is that real? It says 117 actually. Got that that brain injury hitting us with that okay, pretty heavy pullback on this. That brain injury hitting us with that visual impairment. Pulling back to 40.90. Our entry's at 92.50. Heavy pullback. Pawn, I think this is your head and shoulders potentially playing out here. Looks like it. Pulling back to the 50 EMA. Yo, that's like, am I getting like rated right now? Like, what is that? That's crazy, dude. That's so many viewers. Thank you guys so much for showing up. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Very much so. So on the 3-minute chart, we've got the TTM stacking up from 0.6 to 1.0, but it's stacking up on this pretty heavy pullback here. We may actually look at going short. I want to take a look at this 5-minute crossover, or the 5200 crossover. Because we still have red dots on the TTM on the 5-minute side. I'm going to cut this. Yeah, we're cutting that. This might be one of those days where we have to make one of those epic comebacks that we've done in the past. 4.6 to 3.9 on the TTM 5. That's a pretty heavy drawdown. It'd be interesting to see if it actually fails this 5200 crossover. Yo, that was nuts, dude. We just had like 115 viewers all of a sudden. Yeah, I totally understand. It was a really challenging week. That was crazy. Like, it was like 115 viewers. Now we're back down to 2. Like, what happened? That was weird. That was really odd. But yeah. Anyway, though, somebody's just running around like bringing like 150 people to everybody's stream on YouTube. Jump in for 5 minutes and bail. Still, it was exciting. Like, my heart started going faster. Yeah, it was fun to see. Like, my heart just started going. I was like, no way. Like, we have that many viewers right now. Like, that's crazy. Thank you. Like, because that's all I feel, man. It's just raw gratitude. Yeah, man. Just very much just raw gratitude on it. Okay, so we pulled back pretty heavily down to the 88s. .0 to 3.2. I guess like what I would honestly want to see, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait to see if this 5200 crossover plays out, and then if it does, we'll look at going long. I honestly should have shorted off a 95 because of the amount of resistance that it got there. So short of 95 would have been a really nice short. But simply put, I think I just need to wait for this 5200 cross to happen. Which feels like it's going really slowly. Trying to take a short here. Okay, real quick short. Pulling back now to the EMA 35. Whoops. So tap the 35, which is right there off 85, and kind of bouncing it slightly. Trying to, it didn't fill me. Be really fascinating if this 50 doesn't cross, just because of how close it is. It's possible that it will fail. Anything's possible. Went long off 83.50, got out of 84. Filled all the way back up to 85. It bounced off the 50 EMA, which is down there at 83. This feels like kind of a long period of time in between the 5,200 cross, but the 5,200 cross is really kind of what we're watching and waiting for. Also, I'm just going to scout my way back into profit. And I'm just going to focus on that all day for the rest of the day. Pulling back up to the VWAP. I'm trading on the 5-minute chart at the moment, which is obviously not common for me. Pulling up to 85. I say obviously as if everyone's been here forever. If you're new to me, I don't normally trade on the 5-minute chart. Not for entries. I usually use it for analysis. Next candle is going to be at 35, and we're currently at 34. I'm going to switch over to a 3-minute chart and see what the dilly here. Heavy resistance at 95 up there. Pulling it back again to the VWAP. We have almost a red bar on the TTM3. We have conflicting information happening across the 1, the 3, and the 5. The 1 minute is on its pullback. The 5 is nearing the 5,200 cross. 2.8 to 3.4. Some bounces there off the volume weighted average price. VWAP has been holding pretty steadily as support today. Since we've been trading for the last hour, and during which time it's really held support quite well along the VWAP. So VWAP bounce trades have been pretty reasonable. Took a quick scalp right there, made 75 back. 3.5 to 3.8. By the way, if y'all chilling, hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. It really does help the community grow quite a bit. We have broken over 300 subscribers, and I want to say thank you to all 305 of you. I think it's 306 now. Running up, watch out for resistance there off the EMA 35. Maybe a pullback down to 88. Trying to go long at 88.50. Doesn't look like we're going to pull back that much. Yeah. Cut that. I'm going to switch over to a longer. Do 6 ticks and try and enter off of 89.50. Whoops, I put it at 88.50. Well, maybe it'll be better. Just gonna join the bid. Join the bid at 89.50. I'm looking for a move up to 91. I'm gonna check on that crossover. Still hasn't happened yet, but they're basically touching. So 5 more minutes and we should likely get this crossover. On the 1 minute chart, we have a possible crossover of the 12.26 as the 12 EMA and the 26 simple. TTM looking like 3.2 to 2.9. Getting some pullback over there to the 9 EMA. The 9 EMA being at 89 or 88.50. 88.50. Let's see. 3.2 to 2.9. Just the waiting game right now. Looks like I probably could have got my entry at 88.50 that I attempted to get. 2.9 to 2.6. Pulling back to 88. Ooh, I don't want to see a red candle there. Not on the TTM. Red candles are fine up here on the chart, but I don't want to see them here on the TTM. Not unless we're looking to go short. 3.2 to 2.9 to 2.9, 3.0 area. Gonna check on that crossover. So close, yet so far. So we're looking at 840. Couple of things though to be aware of. Even though this is looking to potentially give this crossover, the 26 is also moving its way towards the 12 on the 5 minute chart. So we could end up getting a big fall down if this crossover here fails. They're basically touching, but because you can see how close they are, 83.20 and 83.60. They're 40 cents apart. I guess we really just need to wait till 8:40, another 18 seconds. You can have the patience, right? See what happens. 10 seconds. Wow, that didn't cross over. Not yet. Now they're 25 cents apart. That's crazy, dude, that it would but I guess it comes down to the sell orders, really. I mean, too many sell orders here. Like I said, there is potential that it could fail. 9 is dipping below the 12 on the 5 minute chart. And actually, we just got a red candle on the TTM 5. So we may have to cut this. It looks like it's going to play out. But I've been off my game this week pretty badly. It's funny because you can go from weeks where you're earning $10,000 in a day to weeks where losing $1,500 in a day. I don't typically let it go more than 2,000. That's kind of like my limit. But this current trade, it definitely is not working out at this particular time. A lot of hammer candles, a lot of buyer support down here. 2.9 to 2.6. Sorry, 2.9 to 2.7 to 2.78. Not enough momentum. Doji there at the bottom. VWAP's been holding all day, which has been very useful. By the way, if y'all are chilling, hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. I do love and appreciate each and every one of you, all 300 plus of y'all. And we do have an amazing Discord community. We would love to have you guys in there talking to everybody about futures trading, Forex trading, all that jazz, as well as entrepreneurship and spiritual enlightenment, philosophy, the whole nine. The idea really is, the Discord community is called Optimistic Futures, and the whole purpose of that really is that with as much negativity has been very much pushed through the news cycle these last few years, I just believe that we need to have some positive voices out there, some positive people. I think that there's a lot more positive people than there are negative ones. I just think that their voices are kind of quiet because they're already happy with their life. So they don't need to be loud and yelling about every little thing. But you know, if you want a group of positive, optimistic people, join the Discord community. We're really working on forming a family there, and helping each other succeed from the standpoint of in any direction in your life, whether that is trading or your relationships or entrepreneurship or philosophy or just trying to raise your vibration as a person. That's us. So join on in that Discord community. I try to be in there as much as I possibly can, but I do take care of a family as well as several elderly people in my own family. So I do have a lot of time commitments, but I am here every day, Monday through Friday at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time, to trade with y'all and talk about fun stuff. 1.7 to 1.2 on the TTM1. We're just under 1 minute away from our next 5-minute bar. Check it in on the 3-minute side. So 3-minute has some cyan TTM stacking. 1.19 to 1.2 to 1. I wouldn't call that a stack. 5-minute basically flattened out on the TTM. I'm worried about like a big dump down here, more or less like what Pond was mentioning about the head and shoulders pattern could still play out, especially because it's taken a very long time for this crossover to actually take place. You see they're basically touching right there, but it still hasn't taken place yet. It could take place on this candle or on the next 5-minute candle, but whatever the case is, I'd like to see it happen sooner rather than later. I think I'm going to cut this trade. I'm going to cut that. Loss of like 375 on that. Kind of a challenging day. Been green a couple hundred, been red a couple hundred. Now we're red, 1,500. But it's been kind of an all over the board kind of day. We've had a lot of pullbacks towards the volume weighted average price and a lot of bounces off of it. Been long at 85 or so, but it's long on this drop. Could we fall below VWAP here? If we do, then we'll be likely looking at a trend reversal to the downside. Yeah, it's getting pretty choppy. No lie, dude. It very much is getting pretty choppy on the day. Yeah, the lunch hour is definitely looking like it's entering into some chop. I'm gonna reverse this. I'm switching to short. Made a tiny little bit of profit on that after that loss. I wonder if this 5-minute 50-200 crossover is going to play out or if it's going to fail. It's so close to actually crossing over, but you can see the 50 is beginning to kind of curl downward. We've got red on the TTM, so it's honestly, I also thought that it would have already happened by now, especially like how close it was. But as we head into the lunch hour, we can kind of see that there's a lot of choppiness beginning to form. We're dropping below the VWAP. We've got the red candle on the TTM. There's a lot more beginning to seem like it's playing against versus towards. I should say playing towards the short side. 1.2 to 1.6 to 1.7 on the TTM on the red. And this is another thing, is that we've had a few drops below the VWAP, and then we kind of ride along this and then pop right back up. And so it's really created sort of challenging trade conditions ever since about right here at like 7:30, right around the time that we started trading, actually. Although we did have some pretty great trades throughout this area here. Getting a little balance on TTM. Like, I'm hesitant to go short, mainly because of that crossover on the 5-minute chart. Wow. Pretty much at our risk level on the day. I don't want to lose more than 2,000 on the day. Just because that's just a little too much loss for me. That's kind of like where I tend to cap it. The crossover is like super close. Still not there. They're 1 penny apart. I might just say screw it and just take a long and wait for this crossover. I'm long off 85, and I'm looking for a move up to, I'm going to say a move up to 90, which wouldn't put us back into profit on the day, but I'm basically taking this as sort of a trade in anticipation, which you guys know that I don't like to do, but it's an anticipatory trade of this crossover, which I've been waiting for a while now, longer than I thought that I would be waiting. We're in long at 85, which is not a bad entry. We still got another minute or 2 minutes on this in order for this 5-minute candle to play out. 1.6 to 2.6 on the TTM5, so it still has some downward momentum as well. So I'm going against the grain, which is not ideal. That would have been a better entry, 83.50. But essentially, I'm just waiting for this crossover right here. This is the 50 EMA, and that's the 200 SMA. And the more the 200 points in the downward direction, the more angle it has downward, the stronger the move that we likely are to get upward. Same with the 50, the more upward it points, the stronger move we'll likely get to the upward side. Yeah, I don't know that we're done going towards the upside just yet. Like, it feels like it wants to fall over, right? Like, it really does. But every time it goes to fall over and trend reverse to the downside, we get buyer support along this 200 simple, which is really along like 83.50 is where we get all this buyer support coming in, and and so, you know, I think that we may see a big, massive upward jump towards 4,100. We've got 20 seconds left in this this 5-minute candle. You can see that the 50 and 200 are very close to crossing. We're up in this trade about 150 bucks. Our entry is 85. There's the crossover happening now. And we'll see if we get that upward push, getting some. You can see we're starting to find some buyer support along 85, along that EMA 35 right there. We've got a few conflicting moving averages happening at the moment, and here's that conflict right here, where the 9, the yellow line, is the 9 EMA is below the 12 EMA, which is a cyan line, and all of that is crossing under the 26 simple, which would give us a bearish move. But because we're getting the 5200 crossover, which is actually a more powerful crossover than the 1226 and all that, we are getting some turnaround. And then if you look at the TTM as well, this guy here, we have a whole video on this. The video is geared towards stocks, but a lot of the concepts apply to futures. 2.3 to 2.6. So we're kind of getting some leveling off on the TTM on the 5-minute chart as well. We're coming up and riding that EMA 35. This did pull up to 87.75 or so. 2.3 to 2.8. I'm going to want to see a yellow candle form on the 5-minute side. Let's take a look at this on the 3-minute side. Same with the 3 minute. Gonna want to see a yellow candle form. Remember, we had really strong resistance up there at the at 4,095. 2.3 to 3.1 on the TTM3. Switching to the 1 minute chart. And on the 1 minute side, excuse me. 1 minute side, our TTM is kind of flattening out. 1.8 to 1.5 to 1.4 on the current. We have 2 minutes to the top of the hour, and this is pulling back some. I was worried about a lunch hour drop, which is something that can happen pretty frequently. It looks like our 5200 crossover has not crossed over, not completely. It's only there for a brief second, and it looks like we're, like I said, it could fail. And this play here that I was taking was more or less playing off whether or not that crossover would actually happen. We're getting a pullback now all the way to 81. Again, this crossover needs to actually take place in order for this this chart pattern to play out. But we are getting some pretty heavy downward momentum. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. We do have a reasonable amount of people watching. Y'all chilling, hanging out. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. And also, guys, too, if you are looking to earn funding in the futures market, right now, Elite Trader Funding is offering 65% off for life all their plans. You just use the link in the description and the promo code JSBEST to lock in that lifetime discount. In addition to that, they're providing a buy one, get 1 month free. So I should say buy one, get one free of 1 month. It's kind of hard to express it, but basically, if you buy two of the same account, so if you buy two 50Ks or two 75Ks or whatever, and you get your 65% off the first one. The second one is free, and then after the 1 month, then it becomes 65% off as well. So you'll have two accounts at 65% off. And the reason why you'd want to have two accounts is because then you have two evaluations that you can trade in, just in case one goes bad. The other reason is because once you qualify on both accounts, you can actually make two withdrawals per month. So they have, for your very first month withdrawal, they have a $1,000 limit, and then it goes up after that. But it would allow you to take out 2,000 instead of 1,000, etc. So each account has its own, it's really regulated by its own information, which is great. I think that's really cool. It should say each evaluation, not each account, because you only need one account with them. 3.2 to 3.5 on the TTM 5 minute. We are below VWAP, but we've been dropping below and rising back above VWAP several times today. I don't know that this crossover is going to play out, but it's super close. It's just weird to me that it wouldn't actually cross over and continue to play, because this is one of the ones that rarely ever fails. Like it's very rare that I ever see this one fail. Here we are, just at the top of the hour, 9:01. 3.2 to 3.9. It does look like it could fail, though. If you see, it's beginning to have some divergence. going to cut this trade. And we already hit our risk level on the day. Entering into some chop here. As you guys can see, it's starting to become more and more choppy. We're starting to, like, the TTM is becoming less reliable. And that makes sense because we're coming into the lunch hour on Friday. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the volume kind of just dropped out for a lot of the rest of the day and maybe came back at the end of the day, around like 1 o'clock Pacific time. So I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being the case. Just like a really quick short there. Made like $75 back. We are at our risk level though on the day. So I may look at walking away. Elite reset after rebuild. Yes, it does. So if you are in a failed evaluation, you can wait for your rebuild and then it will reset your account automatically. And if it doesn't reset automatically, occasionally there's an error, which I've had like twice. All I did was contact customer support and they reset it for me instantly. And it took 2 minutes. Which, by the way, Elite has, in my own personal opinion, by the way, Michael, I've never seen you here before. So I want to say, thank you for being here. Thank you for your comment and your question, I should say. Elite, in my own personal opinion, I've tried some of the other prop firms. Elite has by far the best customer service I've ever seen at any of the prop firms. They also have a Discord community that's extremely active and very responsive. So that to me is worth thousands of dollars, because it's really difficult to find customer service that is high quality anymore. I don't know why. I mean, me personally, like if I'm in my own business, running my own business, customer service matters tremendously to me, both as a client and as a entrepreneur, as an owner of a business myself. That matters to me. But Elite does a very good job with that, and they do give you free reset upon rebuild. There is a link in the description for Elite Trader funding, and the promo code is JSBEST in order to get that deal. I'll put it here in the chat as well. There we go. So there's the link as well as the chat. I don't know why, or the promo code. I don't know why I like typed it out that way. I formatted it, but it didn't take the formatting. Maybe it looks better on YouTube side. Let's go ahead and jump back into the charts. 3.8 to 4.2 in the TTM1. Kind of getting some bounce up here slightly. I'm going to take a look at the 5-minute chart and see if anything ever happened with that crossover. It looks like the crossover actually failed and it's diverging in 4.6 to 5.3. Took a brief short there, made 75 back. I'm only trading 3 contracts right now. We have a potential red to yellow move on the TTM1. Nice. Yeah, I've had some a lot of red days this last week. Like it's been a really challenging week in terms of trading, but typically we we usually have pretty decent days. We usually have a pretty I don't know. I post my results in our Discord community every day, so that's usually like my way of going back and taking a look at what our results are a lot of the time. I'm trying to earn funding with take profit, like the end of day drawdown. But I like what I'm seeing with the elite plans. That's what I really like. Elite is a little bit different than some of the other prop firms out there because they don't only limit you to like end of day drawdowns. Personally, I can tell you which ones I'm working on. I'm working on the 50K evaluation in the one step. I like these because you only need to trade for 5 days. And as long as you hit your profit target and follow all the rules, which they have this link right here to see more details that will actually tell you, every little thing you need to know about it. The one steps have a trailing max drawdown. So that's something to be aware of. And then the other one I'm working on is the static drawdown, which is a 100K static drawdown. This one, the static drawdowns are really easy to understand. What's really nice about these is basically you lose $625 below your 100K, you're out. Anything above that, you're good. You're still in. So that's what I really like about these. The way I look at these is I look at this as that I have a $625 account, and that's how much I have to work with. If I lose more than that, I'm out. If I gain more than that, I'm good. And that's kind of how I look at this. I've gotten really close to earning funding on this one a couple of times. Our last one, we were up at 1,200 out of 2,000. And our strategies are really accurate. We're at like 80% accuracy on the whole, 92% accuracy on a very consistent basis. And really, I think it's a lot of the time, it's like those one really red days that tend to get me. And that's something that I know that I'm working on personally as a trader. Oh no. Okay, so you actually saw when I was at the that was so that was like Wednesday. And yeah, I started the day up 1,200 and ended the day down like a lot. And the next day I ended up failing. It's all good though, man. Like we're completely open and transparent here. Getting funded is not easy. Um, it is a challenge, and if it were easy, it's one of those things. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But it's not. It's a challenging thing to do, and I can tell you one thing is that anybody who's attempting it, um, you're in the arena. You're putting forth a lot of effort, and you're doing. I commend you. I commend you if you're actually trying to move forward and trying to get ahead in life. It is not an easy thing necessarily to do, but it's something that I think is worth doing. We're gonna take it along here. We do have 3 yellow TTM candles. We also have some support there that this ended up finding along 77. 4.0, of course. Wow. What's our volume looking like? Volume's still decent on the day. I was kind of worried that it would die off after 12 o'clock. This is a pretty heavy pullback on that. 4.0 to 3.9, but now we're getting a red candle on TTM. So I don't really trust this. It's kind of a ABCD pattern. I'm gonna pull this back a little bit. Oh, we did just get a 5200 crossover on the 1 minute side. So that might actually push me out of my position. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this. I'm out. Taking a look at the 5 minute chart. The if you notice, the 5200 crossover on the 1 minute side actually took place sometime back. That divergence that I mentioned on the 5200 here is also beginning to happen. So it rejected that 5200 crossover, which is not a common thing. That just doesn't happen very often. Taking a look at the 3 minute side. Yeah, this is looking like more short. Getting a trend reversal at the top of the hour towards the downside. That's what it's looking like anyway. So we do have a pretty reasonable amount of viewers today. Would love it if you guys would take a moment to like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. We did break our goal of 300 subscribers. So I want to thank all 306 of y'all and just say thank you. Thank you very much for being here. I do very much love and appreciate you guys. It does matter to me that our community and our family continues to grow. So that does make a difference. I love and appreciate you guys a lot because when I see you guys in the Discord community and I see you guys chatting and talking about like philosophy and talking about like frequency and also talking about like trading and trade strategies and entrepreneurship and all that awesome stuff. Like that stuff like really inspires me. It inspires me to keep going. It inspires me to keep pushing and getting better each and every day. And I also I really hope to sort of create this positive feedback loop where we can all build each other up. There's two ways to be bigger in life, so to speak. And one of them is to build each other and build everyone else up. Another one is to tear people down. And there's just too much of that going on in the world right now. And I just think that we need more positive voices out there. I think we almost have a responsibility to each other to be positive and uplifting and helping each other grow. That's kind of the whole purpose here. So yeah, that's what I'm about. I don't know. Sometimes I just like to talk about that stuff. Getting continued pullback here. Take a quick short. Trying to anyway. Getting very choppy along this 75 line. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and shut it down there for the day. Another loss on the day. Basically, we've been losing since Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, all losses. I've just been having a difficult time interpreting through a lot of the choppiness that we've been dealing with these last few days. There's been really high volume, but also at the same time, like just unclear trends. And what I mean by that is like if I kind of zoom in here, it's a little harder on a 30-minute chart. 30-minute makes it look, much easier to interpret. But if we're on like a 5-minute chart, you can see that like a lot of the trends have been very having a difficult time like creating a lot of false breakouts and stuff. Like this guy here, we had this little like breakout back here, only for it to fail, pull back, and then bounce again. But as it was pulling back, we were also stacking up cyan on the TTM. And so there's just been a lot of like false breaks these last couple of days and a lot of choppiness. And it's very difficult for me to trade through that. My trade style is mainly focused on momentum trading, and that's what I've been doing for years, is momentum trading. And without really just sort of consistent momentum, it can be pretty challenging to trade. If we take a look at the 6 minute or 6 month chart, not 6 minute, but 6 month, we're actually kind of creating a head and shoulders pattern on the 6 month side. You can see right here that we have down here at 40.26. Where was this in November? We're kind of pulling back to those levels. We had a lot of run up through the holiday season and into January. And since then, really into the beginning of February. And now we're beginning to have some pullback on that. Just going to throw a price level in here. Just based off a longer term. This is on a 4-hour chart. You can see this 5,200 crossover playing out on the 4-hour side. I'm sure a lot of people would have loved to have been long in the futures market there. That's 3,900. But you know, you would have been holding this since November. So 3-month trade. It's a long time. Nice. Right on, Michael. Love to have you in our Discord. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down there. We got cleaning to do today. Cleaning the bathroom. Yum. Fun. But that's what I'm gonna be doing today. Helping out the fam any way I can. So I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna jump into our Discord community. I'm gonna write my reflection on the day, and I'm gonna write our results on the day. We'll put that into our Discord community as well. And also, guys, again, if you're looking to earn funding in the futures market, take advantage of the discounts that are available right now. There's a link in the description, and it's promo code JSBEST. That's JSBEST. And you can take advantage of, you can take 65% off any of the plans that you see here. So if you take a look at a 300K, which is like the biggest plan that they have, this goes from 665 all the way down to $232. So you save like over $400 on this, on the biggest plan possible. Realistically, a lot of people go for like the 100K. This is probably the most purchased plan that Elite Trader has, and at 205, it comes all the way down to $71. So you can get access to $100,000 of trade that allows you 14 contracts in the mini and 140 micros with a drawdown of 3,000, profit target of 6,000 for $71. So you really do save a lot off the current pricing. And then they are also offering a buy one get one free right now. So if you pick up 2 identical plans, they have to be identical, but if you pick up 2 identical plans, you'll get your first month of your second plan free. Meaning that if you bought 2 100K plans, you would be out the door for $71.75 in your first month, and then after that, it would be $143.50 for 2 evaluations on the 100K. So you save a substantial amount of money right now. And then they also have a brand new plan that they announced today, which is called the Diamond Hands Evaluation. And this one allows you to do longer term trading. If you're looking at holding positions overnight or over weekends, this one allows you to do that by having a very large drawdown, as well as this is how this world is set up. Excuse me. So pretty cool. Not a major difference in terms of the style of the plan, but this does allow you to hold positions overnight and weekends, which is really cool. It has a daily drawdown limit of 1,500 and a max drawdown of 3,500. Allows you 2 contracts in the mini. This one's a brand new plan as of today. Personally, I'm working on earning funding in the 100K static evaluation and the 50K one-step evaluation. I may jump up to the 100K though, just a consideration. Just because it allows me a larger trailing max, and it's so much knocked off right now in terms of pricing. Just make sure you click see more details in order to understand each plan type. It's very important that you understand exactly what you're getting into when you take on an evaluation. The fast track evaluations, a couple people pick these up here. These ones are an inexpensive opportunity here. I don't believe the discount applies to the fast tracks. It's an inexpensive way to earn, but these ones have a time limit on them. And so that's again why you want to click the see more details so that you understand exactly what you're getting for each evaluation type. It's very important that you understand what you're setting up. So yeah, absolutely. We had a ton of growth here in the community this week, and so really grateful to have you guys here. Ton of growth this week. Really happy about that. So even though we had a difficult trading week, we had a really great week in terms of growing our optimistic futures family here. And so I want to thank all you guys. We're also getting a lot more participation in the streams. I'm really happy to have you guys here. Love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I will see you guys in the Discord community. And I'll also drop the link to the to Apex, I'm sorry, to Elite Trader Funding in the Discord community as well, along with the promo code, so you guys can grab it there as well. But yeah, all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. Thanks so much, everybody. Love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. Peace.